54.
Hillbilly Flamenco. This is a story about how 2 words can change your career. David and his band had always wanted to play at the big music festivals. They'd been performing at clubs for years and doing pretty well, but he could never get the attention of the agents that book the festivals. He'd call them and submit his music, but those agents would never reply. One night at a show, in between songs, a drunk fan shouted, "You know what you guys sound like? Hillbilly Flamenco." The crowd laughed and so did the band. They joked about it on stage that night and again on the drive home. A week later, the band still remembered those 2 words, Hillbilly Flamenco. It was funny and the crowd liked it, and it actually described their music well. So they decided to use it more often. Each time they played, they started telling the audience, "If you're wondering what kind of music this is, it's Hillbilly Flamenco." At the end of the show, they'd ask the audience, "When you tell your friends what kind of music you heard tonight, what will you say?" The crowd would shout, "Hillbilly Flamenco." And believe it or not, it worked. People started telling their friends about this band because it was so easy and fun to describe. Attendance at their shows started going up and up. Then one day, David once again called one of those agents who book the big festivals. But this time, David said, "Our music style is Hillbilly Flamenco." The agent laughed and said, "Okay, all right, I've got to hear this. I'm going to give you my personal address this time." The agent finally listened to their music and loved it. Now David and his band are playing the festivals they always wanted. When he told me this story, he finished by saying, "Our career had a clear turning point. The day we started using those 2 words to describe our music, it made all the difference in the world." Target.
Chapter 55.
Aim for the edges. An amazing shift has happened in the last few decades. You used to get successful by being normal and mainstream, but now you have a better chance of getting successful by being remarkably unusual. Songwriters try to write a timeless standard that will resonate with everyone. But what good is that if nobody hears it because your music is too normal? Our culture is split into niches. In 1948, Milton Berle's TV show had 80% of all viewers because it was one of only 3 choices. When the Beatles played on Ed Sullivan in 1964, they had 60% of all TV viewers. But now, the biggest hit shows only get 1% of all viewers because there are so many choices. There won't be another blockbuster album like Thriller by Michael Jackson. With unlimited options now, music fans don't wait for mainstream media to tell them what to like. They can immediately listen to anything they want. Because of this, tastes are more spread out than ever. So reach the people who have headed to the edges. They're the ones who are looking for something new and more likely to rave about it if you impress them. Think of the metaphor of shooting an arrow at a bullseye target. In the old blockbuster music business, you had a hit single or nothing. The only way you could get successful was to hit the exact center of a tiny, distant target. If you missed the middle, you got nothing. But now, it's like the target is closer and bigger, but there's a catch. Someone cut out the middle. You can aim for the edge and hit something pretty easily, but if you're still aiming for the middle, there's nothing there. So be remarkably unusual and aim for those people who have headed for the edges.